Mr. Abu Husni, you were an activist on the Mavi Marmara, correct?
That's right. Our sole purpose was to give humanitarian aid to poor people in Gaza. Can you believe that the Israelis did not permit us to enter Gaza with potato chips, chalva, and candies?
How cruel! My husband would be dead in 2 days without potato chips and halava. Brave people of Gaza. And you choose to give humanitarian aid to poor people in Gaza, but not to black people in Darfur because...
Black people in Darfur don't need any help. It is the Zionist lie that Arab Muslims from Sudan are killing black people in Darfur.
And you choose to give humanitarian aid to poor people in Gaza, but not to Kurds in Turkey because...
Well, Kurds in Turkey are very happy. They don't need any help. In fact, they are so happy and they love Turkey so much that from their own will, they chose not to speak the Kurdish language, but chose to speak in Turkish. Also, from their own will, they decided to give their children Turkish and not Kurdish names. It is the Zionist lie that Kurds in Turkey are persecuted.
And you choose to give humanitarian aid to poor people in Gaza and not to people in Chechnya because...
People in Chechnya don't need any help. It is the Zionist lie that Russians kill people in Chechnya.
And how did you prepare for humanitarian aid to the poor people in Gaza?
We are very peaceful people, and we prepared very peacefully to fight for peace. We prepared iron pipes, iron chains, slingshots, and knives. You know, in the fight for peace, you can use anything.
When the Israeli military boat stopped you and said you will deliver your humanitarian aid only after the Israelis check to make sure you are not trying to smuggle arms, why did you disagree?
Because in our cargo we had barbecued pork ribs, and we were afraid the Israelis would steal it. You know Jews are big thieves.
When the Israeli ship tried to stop you, you answered, "Go to Auschwitz."
Yeah, we gave them very friendly advice, but these Nazis refused to take our advice. Instead of going to Auschwitz, they attacked our ship.
I know, it's terrible. And what happened next?
The Israelis dropped soldiers onto our ship, so we had no other choice but to beat them with iron pipes. And do you know what the Israelis did?
What?
They shot at us from the helicopter, only because we beat their soldiers with iron pipes.
Unbelievable.
Yes, it really happened. I swear it's the truth.
So what do you think Israeli soldiers should do when seeing you guys beat a soldier with an iron pipe?
They should simply say, "Friends, please stop beating these Israeli Zionist murderers with iron pipes. We would think about this proposal, but shooting us without asking first? Animals."
Do you think Israel has a legal right to stop a ship?
Absolutely not. Listen to what Wikipedia says. According to the San Remo Manual on International Law applicable to armed conflicts at sea from June 12, 1994, a blockade is a legal method of warfare at sea. Does it say Jews can use it?
No, the law does not say anything about Jews.
So it means Jews cannot use a blockade. Furthermore, a neutral ship must obey a request to stop for inspection from the blockading nation. This inspection can occur inside the blockaded area or in international waters. But does it say that a blocking nation can be a nation of Jews?
No.
You see, it means Jews cannot use a blockade. Listen to more. If the ship does not stop, then the ship is subject to capture. If people aboard the ship are resisting capture, they can be attacked. But does it say Jews can attack a ship if the ship does not stop?
No, you are right. The actions of the Israelis is 100% illegal. These Jews are terrible people.
Look, they try to deprive basic rights to Palestinians. By building walls which separate territories from Israel, they deprive Palestinians from basic human rights to explode themselves in any place they want. They deprive Palestinian people the basic right to shoot Qassam rockets at Israeli towns. They deprive Hamas from shooting at Israeli civilians. Let me show the hypocrisy of the Israelis. They prevented Hamas from shooting Israelis, but they did not prevent Hamas from shooting the Fatah faction? Nazi hypocrites.
Thank you, Mr. Abu Husni, for such an enlightening interview.
Arriba!